You can fast track your way into a security role after landing an entry-level IT job if you do a few things. In this video, I'll explain just what those steps are. Tip number 1, keep on keeping on. During this time, just keep doing what you do outside of work, like freemium training, hack the box, try hack me. Keep studying, get the Security Plus, go after those certifications, eJPT, PNPT, keep doing projects, all the things we previously talked about. Just keep practicing those technical steps. In addition to all of those steps, this video focuses on the steps you should take at your place of employment. Master your role. Step 1 after you land your help desk or desktop support position is to take a break and focus on mastering your role. I remember being totally overwhelmed by having to learn all these new technologies and protocols and having to recall that stuff while being on the phone with someone. It took me 1 or 2 months to feel confident that I could do the basics. And that's step 1, no matter how long it takes, is to master the basics, which will reduce your overall stress and prepare you for more difficult roles. It's the whole learn to walk before you run thing. Okay, but why? Because you need to impress your boss. Your manager can open doors for you at the company that few other people can. For instance, my first IT job had an internal cyber department. My boss at the time was help desk manager. He was promoted to the cyber manager. Guess who his first hire was? Yours truly. Why? Because I was easy to manage and I mastered my role. I was his go-to resource when he needed someone on a task. Sure, it's unlikely that this exact situation will happen for you, but I do know this. Having your manager's highest praise as a reference will go a long way. After that, find a mentor. Imagine a world where Karate Kid never finds Mr. Miyagi. Would Neo still be stuck in the Matrix without Morpheus? What if Obi-Wan doesn't mentor Luke Skywalker? Okay, that last one might be for the best, but you get the idea. You have great potential, but you need a mentor to accelerate your progress. And the best place to find one will be at your job, someone who has a more senior role than you. If you're tier 1, it could be a tier 2. Ideally, this would be someone with a security background, but it doesn't have to be. I personally had a few mentors. I found them by offering to solve their problems. For instance, we had a go-to email guy. If we got an email problem and couldn't solve it, we sent it to him. So instead of just sending him more work, I asked him if he could show me how to fix the issue. Before asking, I would try everything I could think of, and then give him the list of things I tried. Because I put in the time and effort before bugging him, he was willing to give me his time, and my skills grew exponentially. So, find the techs who are experts, try to solve their problems, and learn from them when you can't. This is seriously a cheat code. It's like a permanent double experience buff, but in real life. You can also become a mentor. About 3 months into my tier 1 role, I found I knew infinitely more than new hires. It's crazy how much you'll grow in a short amount of time. And now is the time to pay it forward. As new hires onboard, find someone you can mentor and show them the ropes. You'll learn more from teaching someone than doing almost anything else. This process will teach you communication skills, leadership, and reinforce difficult concepts. Understanding a concept and being able to explain those concepts simply and effectively are two very different things, and the latter skill is invaluable. Pick up the most difficult tickets. Tier 1 is littered with tickets, many of which are trivial. Reset a password, set up MFA, turn a machine on and off again. These tickets don't help you grow. They're good to learn your first week or two, but then it's time to jump into the deep end. You'll likely have a ticket board with dozens of tickets where you can choose what you want to work on. Find the most difficult tasks to pick up. I mean, choose those tickets where you literally have no clue what's even going on. I'd pick up tickets that made absolutely no sense to me. This is where opportunity lies. The difficulty of the work you take on determines the amount of growth you'll experience. So if you pick up a ticket and it's confusing as all could be, what do? Where do you start? Here are some things to try before bugging your mentor. Search internal documentation like standard operating procedures or KBs. You'll likely have a database of these. Call and speak to whoever put the ticket into the system and try and get some more information from them, or call the person who created the ticket and ask them to better explain the issue. Search your ticketing system for similar issues, read their notes, and try and replicate. Search Google or ChatGPT. Ask your coworker next to you. All else fails, ask your mentor. If you are continually picking up tickets that tend to be escalated, then you will tend to get exposed to higher level techs. They will want to train you up to complete these tasks because it makes their lives easier. Wouldn't you do the same? That's what I do. I'm willing to train the people who are willing to make my life easier. And here's the best part. You'll likely have escalation procedures. For instance, you may be required to escalate after an hour if you can't make any progress. Great! Do your best to learn and grow, and if you're stuck, just escalate it on up to the next tier. It's a win-win situation. The world of IT is full of projects, so now's your chance to volunteer for additional duties. In addition to what you do daily, there may be an opportunity to join a project. By this point, if you have demonstrated your willingness and ability to work on difficult tasks, then your manager may very well be open to assigning you these additional projects. My first project was to switch out some Ethernet cables in a network closet. Nothing glamorous, nothing fancy, but I did a good job and I proved I could handle the little task. I took a few of these little ones before my manager assigned me to a big project. Many of the projects I did had nothing to do with security, but those projects had everything to do with excelling my career. Even if your company doesn't have an internal security department, this is still worthwhile. First, it gives you project experience that you can put on your resume. Second, you can leverage this for references. When you apply to a security position, you'll have folks that can vouch for your skill and drive. Try everything to find what you enjoy doing. Security isn't for everyone. In fact, it is not for most people. Security is more of a lifestyle than a job. What do I mean by that? Folks in security tend to live and breathe security. It's their passion. It's what they dream about at night. It's what they wake up in the morning excited to do. It's a driving force in their daily lives. Maybe you're that way. Maybe not, and either is okay. One of the greatest benefits to working an entry-level IT role is that you get to see and experience bits of each IT niche. There are many niches in IT that pay six figures, allow for remote work, and are in high demand. I think cybersecurity is seen as the big sexy when it comes to IT, but it's by no means the only department that checks all the boxes. During your time on help desk, maybe you find your passion is elsewhere, and that's awesome. It is far better to pursue what you enjoy than to follow the money or stick to some strange sense of what everyone else thinks is cool. Don't go into security just because. Find what you love, and you'll be way better off in the long run. We've come a long way in this series, from baker or bricklayer to entry-level IT and aiming for cybersecurity. Next up, we have some videos on additional resources that can assist you along the way. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and head on over to the next one, and I'll see you there.